今やゴジラの通過した後は炎の海と化し、見渡せばいつは終わ
Bam! What's doing, guys? Back with a fresh final review. Today we're going to be looking at something really freaking cool. That rhymes. It wasn't intended. But we're looking at the Sarujirushi Godzilla 64. I'm not saying that, again, because I'm going to butcher it every time I say it. But Sarujirushi, said it one more time, Godzilla 64. It's a Sofubi line out of Japan. I couldn't be telling you how long they've been putting out figures, but kind of new in the last couple of years, give or take. This was my first one, so I haven't really had a lot of exposure to this line, but here we go. Okay, and then we're going to talk about something else at the end of this real quick. Bam! Alright, so to Godzilla 64, this was my only pickup at G-FEST 2024. I picked it up from the awesome booth at Toku Toy Town, right here. Make sure you check out the website. They got all kinds of cool stuff. And their booth at G-FEST, let me tell you, it's like walking into a mini Mandarake. So I really dig how they got this set up at G-FEST. Super cool dudes. They got like price tags and everything on almost every figure that you see when you walk into their booth at G-FEST. That way, it makes everybody's life a lot easier. You know how much the figures that you're looking at. Bam! All right. So, awesome to get this figure my first time from buying from them. First, Sarujirushi. Okay, it's like a tongue twister. Say it 3 times. I dare you. All right, so the figure comes like a typical Sofubi figure. Comes in a bag and a header card. What's awesome, I didn't know this at the time, but they did keep the staples. Now I have Sarujirushi staples. Very rare. Very rare. So they're right there in the header card. Header card is also pretty much a standard header card. It's just got the Sarujirushi name on the header card. I believe it said this is the Monster Series. In Japanese, I translated, so take a look at the photo on the front. Actually, I didn't do a translate there, but trust me, it says Sarujirushi Series. It's got a Godzilla licensing sticker, and it says that this was sold at the Hobby Round 30 event in Japan. I tried Googling some information about it, and I really can't find anything. I'll probably do some just simple research, and maybe I could find something, or maybe the guys at Toku Toy Town know. But that's where this is from. It's also, now we look at the back of the header card, it's got some more information there. It's basically telling us that this is part of the standard size line. They have a medium line, and then they have a mini line, which I have not seen any of those figures as of yet. But that's the header card. Now, the figure. This thing is freaking gorgeous. Let me tell you about why I bought this figure. When I go to G-FEST, I don't really have a hit list of anything that I'm looking for. I buy enough shit throughout the year that when I go to G-FEST, I want, if I purchase something, it's got to, speak to me. You know what I mean? And I was literally walking around the dealer's room on Friday, didn't see anything. And then, was it Friday or was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. I was walking around with George. Uncle George, I call him. If you don't know who Uncle George is, if you don't know who Theo George is, that's a mistake. Anyway, walking around with George and his son Chris, and they had just previously bought a couple things from Toku Toy Town, and I saw this figure in there, and I was like, ooh, that caught my eye. I was like, what is it? And then I found out it was a Shadow. Okay, and then I read it slower and tried to pronunciate properly. Okay. And then I walked out of their booth, and I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, man. I really did. I was thinking about it for a couple seconds, probably 30 seconds or so. And George was like, come on, but just, he's like, come on. And we were just, he's Greek, I'm Italian, and we started moving our hands around, and syllables were coming out of our mouth, and there was air bubbles above my head, going, come on, thinking about it. And then I was like, come on. And then I was like, fuck it. And we turned around and we went back and boom, here we are. Picked it up. Definitely happy to get this. I actually almost needed a step stool to grab it because they had it on the top shelf. That's how you know this was meant to be, because it was almost out of reach for me. Okay, and I had to have it. I was like, and there were two of them there too. So I looked way up into the world, and there it was, and I was like, which one do I grab? And he's like, either one. So I was like, which one wants to come home with me? And this one was just sitting up there, just, with that beady little eye, just eyeballing me. He's like, pick me, you little hobbit. Boom. And awesome. I walked around with it, around the dealer's room, just looking at it like, fuck yes. This was a fuck yes purchase. What do I mean by fuck yes? And you'll have to excuse my language. But like, fuck yes, that this is it. This fulfilled that speak to me vibe. When you're walking around the dealer's room at G-Fest and you see that one figure, maybe it's on your hit list, maybe it's not, but you see that one figure and you're like, I gotta have it. This is it. That's what a fuck yes figure is. That's, that's how I felt. And I said it when we were walking on. I'm like, fuck yes. Yeah. Hits right on the spot. So the figure itself, enough with story time. It is about a 10-inch figure, almost like the standard Sofubi size, like Marmots, the Marmot Monster Heaven series. The Mondo figures. The new, in the last few years, I'm having a brain fart here. Hold on. Having a brain fart. Passion tanks. That's what I was looking for. The passion tanks. As you can see, we're doing a quick size comparison now while we're at it. The passion tanks stand almost like a quarter of an inch taller, but, actually, they're like the same height, but, I'm not pulling out a tape measure here, but awesome. And what do you know? 64s. Why the 64s? Because everybody knows, if you don't know, and you're new to the channel, 64 is my boy. 64 is my favorite Godzilla suit. All the right buttons were hit here into the fuck yeah vibes, okay? Now, let's get back to the figure. It is made in clear vinyl. Beautiful sculpt. We got some blue highlights, and the real standout features here are the tinsel that's stuffed inside of this figure, okay? The tinsel gives, as I say with a lot of figures when it comes to the paint jobs, like here, the tinsel gives a really great sense of depth, and that looks awesome. The red tinsel goes all the way up from his tail to his legs to his arms and up his back and into his head. There's also what I believe to be some subtle... Yeah, there's definitely blue tinsel in here as well. They did a great job of stuffing this thing, to really just get all these right colors to pop in here. So blue tinsel on the inside. I believe there's paint here on the outside as well. Or the tinsel is really just doing a great job of messing with my brains here. It's got to be painted. And then these dorsal plates. See these blue here? So that's pretty damn cool because, Godzilla's dorsal plates light up blue. And then he's filled with this rage atomic redness going on. Yeah, it's definitely blue tinsel in there. Right? Right. Of course. What do I know? A couple points of articulation, as you saw earlier. The arms, legs, and the tail move. Again, not true articulation, just for molding purposes. That's how everything was put together. We have also, for his head, going back to the sculpt, it's a closed mouth 64. It's nothing better than a closed mouth 64. The eyebrows are perfectly sculpted as well to capture that big eyebrows that the 64 suit has. Now, it just made me think about it. Like, this would have been a great figure to have Nakajima sign. And as I look at the bottom, you can see all the glitter, the tinsel in there. It's really, really good. I really got to get a better look if there's blue in there. It looks like there's blue in there. Maybe it's this inner sculpt that's going on painted. It's hard to tell. Blue tinsel or painted highlights, either way, it looks great. No, there's definitely blue highlights painted. This is a mystery. No. Yeah, because there's blue paint up here. A little bit of fiery orange on his mouth. Okay? Boom. And that's really it. Like I said, Toku Toy Town. My only G-Fest 24 purchase. Bam. And It is definitely fresh. Like I said, it's a fuck yeah. Boom. Fuck yeah. We say curse words here if you're new to the channel. All right. And that's all I got to say about that. Bunch of people asked about the shirts at G-Fest. You can still get them at TeePublic. So I'll put the link in the description. I'm not going to brag about it. You want one, get one. You don't want one, don't get one. I don't care. Represent though. Boom. All right, that's all I got to say about that. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next Fresh Vinyl review. Remember, people. Wait. We're not done yet. Hold on. I always forget something. What I meant to say earlier when this started is we're going to talk about that later. Of course, the day of this recording, my first day back to work, after G-Fest, after making this purchase, I'm on my way home from work, and I jump on Facebook and I just see this post and collect all monsters, monster collectors. And what is it? Not this figure, but it's a new one. Now, before I knew it was another Sarujirushi, I'm like, what is that? And I clicked on the post, read it. It was a Godzilla 64, boom, by Braindead, who is the artist. And I was like, oh, it's on the Godzilla Store US website. So I zipped right over there, opened it up, went to collectibles, boom, and read the description. Oh, and it's like, it's a Sarujirushi. I'm like, looked at the price, retail price on this new one, $245 with free shipping, boom. But the figure itself, like, just look at the photos. I'm not going to just yip-yap about it, but, like, damn. Like, ow! It's a glow in the dark, too. What a unique paint job. It's like, it pops. It definitely pops. And I'm like, must have. So I put it in my cart, and I bought it. I literally saw the post on Facebook and had it pre-ordered, confirmed, in, like, a minute. I was like, click, buy as fast as I can. Yup. I was like, that just screamed at me. Like, buy me now. Like, if I saw that at G-Fest, yeah, same thing. This was another fuck yeah purchase, okay? The crazy thing, like, in the next couple minutes, it's sold out. Like, a couple other people posted in the Godzilla Collectors group that they got theirs in. But it sold out a few minutes later. So I'm like, shit. I got in there, like, right on time. I'm like, we're not fucking around here. And it's limited. It could be limited to like 30 pieces. And it's supposed to drop sometime this month, July of 2024. Anyways, so now I'll have two Sarujirushis. Sarujirushis. Yeah. Sarujirushi. Yeah. I'm never going to get that right. I think I got it right. It's good enough. So now two. Badass. Okay, now we can go back to buy vinyl, fresh vinyl. Bam!